On Friday, October 15th, One Championship returns to Singapore for an explosive night of kickboxing action for One First Strike. For the first time ever, One Championship hosts an all-elite kickboxing card, featuring a featherweight world title bout, and a huge featherweight kickboxing world Grand Prix tournament. 2019, French-Algerian Sami Sana went all the way to the final of the first Grand Prix tournament, defeating Yodsanklai in the opening round, before losing out in the final to World Grand Prix champion, Giorgio Petrosyan. He enters the Grand Prix again, this time facing Chingiz Alazov in the opening round. Former Glory Kickboxing World Champion, Marar Grigorian, is set to make his second appearance for One Championship in the Grand Prix tournament this weekend. He will face tough Dutch kickboxing legend, Andy Souwer, who earned his first win under One Championship when he defeated Zhang Chunyu in December last year. In another featured bout of the tournament, we will see the long-awaited One Championship debut of former Infusion World Champion, Tayfun Özkan. He is set to face the Killer Kid, Sitthachai Sitsong Nong, who is returning to kickboxing rules, after a huge win over Tawanchai under Muay Thai rules in August. And the fourth matchup in the 8-man World Grand Prix tournament will see German kickboxer, Enrico Kell, make his fifth appearance in One Super Series, when he takes on David Kiria, who suffered a loss in his One Championship debut, against Giorgio Petrosyan, in February this year. All of this will be followed by the inaugural One Championship Featherweight Kickboxing World Title bout between pound-for-pound kickboxing king, Giorgio Petrosyan, and Thai superstar, Superbon.
Giorgio Petrosyan is known as one of the greatest kickboxing fighters of all time. His nickname, the Doctor, comes from his phenomenal striking, with surgical precision, and noted for his technical skills, ringsmanship, and defensive prowess. But before he made a name as one of the best kickboxers in the world, life was full of obstacles for Giorgio and the Petrosyan family. Born in Yerevan, Armenia, in December 1985, he emigrated to Italy at the age of 13, with his father, an older brother, arriving illegally in the country in the back of a truck. They initially lived homeless in Milan, sleeping in train stations and on the streets, but were later taken in by a family in Gorizia, who offered them work as night watchmen at their factory. After settling in Italy, he was soon joined by his mother, sister, and younger brother, Armin, who is also a world champion kickboxer. At the age of 16, Giorgio began his fighting career. For the first 5 years of his professional career, he would compete almost exclusively under Muay Thai rules. Dominating the local and national scene, he picked up numerous national titles, and in 2005, won the WMC Intercontinental title in Slovenia. He became a world champion for the first time in June 2006 by knocking out Benito Corpain with a first-round high kick to win the vacant Combat League world title in Nova Gorica. During this time, Giorgio had also been traveling to Thailand, visiting the WMC Samui Gym in Koh Samui and Tor Silachai in Nakhon Ratchasima. He would suffer his first career loss in January 2007, losing a points decision to Nontanan Paul Pramak at the world-famous Lumpini Stadium in Bangkok. Following this, Petrosyan would get one of the biggest breakthroughs of his career when he stepped in as a replacement for the injured John Wayne Park to face Bout at K1 Fighting Network in Sweden. The fight was declared a split draw, and Bout would retain his WMC world title. After consecutive K1 World Max Tournament championships throughout 2009 and 2010, Giorgio would go on to sign for Glory Kickboxing in 2012. He picked up wins against Fabio Pinca, David Kiria, and Robin van Roosmalen, before a shock knockout loss to Andy Risti. which put an end to Petrosyan's 42-fight, 5-year, undefeated streak. After some appearances for Bellator Kickboxing in 2017 and 2018, Giorgio Petrosyan went on to sign for the newly formed One Championship Super Series. After his debut win against Joe Natterwood, Petrosyan was entered into the One Featherweight Kickboxing World Grand Prix and would face Pet Morakat in the quarterfinal. Petrosyan lost by split decision, but the result was reversed to a no contest due to illegal clinching, and a rematch was scheduled. In July 2019, Petrosyan defeated Pet Morakat by unanimous decision to advance to the Grand Prix semifinals. He would go on to beat Joe Natterwood for a second time, then in the final, he defeated Sami Sana by unanimous decision to become the inaugural One Kickboxing Featherweight World Grand Prix champion and won $1 million cash prize. Now, Petrosyan is set to face Superbon for the inaugural One Featherweight Kickboxing World title this coming Friday at 1 First Strike.